Okay. So I wanted to bring you guys out back here so you guys can see what we're doing. I blocked in the chickens over here so they can't get to the rest of this part of their run. And my son and I are going to be getting out here soon. And we're going to start taking these trellises apart that I built and these beds that are all part of Tomato Row so I could get inside the chicken area and trim back these oleander so that we can do some more work over here in this area. One of the things that I need done is I need to take these beds apart. You can't even see this one because of the grass. But I need to take these garden beds apart and put some plywood underneath them to keep the roots from growing up in them from the roots from the pine trees and these oleander and stuff, because I'm finding that those roots are growing up in these beds, and that's why I'm not having success like I should with the tomatoes and peppers in this area. So while I'm in the process of doing that, then I'm gonna cut back all of this oleander undergrowth and leave the trunks of those bare, like how it is kind of over here where you can see in there, so I can see the chickens. But I'm going to be doing that all the way down, and then we're going to bring in a skid steer and we're going to take out all this extra dirt and stuff right here and level all of this out, actually drop it lower than the concrete patio right here, so that we will be able to then plant grass and stuff over here. So anyways, it's an ongoing project, but once it's done, it's gonna look really nice back here. So I'm excited for that. Out of all that wind and cold that we had, these greens stood the challenge. And they're good. They're good. Even these what are these chard? Those pink and red chard, they're doing all right still too. And my beets that are down in here are doing good still. All of my trees now have no leaves. All the leaves fell off of them. And I gotta go through and start putting these beds to rest and getting everything pulled out of here. It's funny because the only things that are super green are the weeds that are still growing in these beds. All the food items are dead and brown, and all the green that you see are the weeds that are growing up in here. So wow. Oh, those greens are doing good over here too. This tomato plant is still green. Wow. I knew for sure these tomatoes would be a goner. But look at them. They're doing good. They didn't even freeze. And we've been in the 20s at night. And they're doing really good. Still, I'm amazed. I'll probably save some of the seeds from this one. This one was a volunteer. But if it can withstand that much cold, then I want to plant those seeds next year. So I can have a longer tomato season. Wow. Look at this guy. And I wanted to bring you guys out to the front here just so I can show you kind of some updates before I get working out here. Remember that cabbage that I showed you broke off that I was gonna plant back in here and hope that it grows some roots? This is what it looks like right now. It's been I don't remember exactly when I did that other video, probably about a week. I don't know if it's gonna take or not. I don't know, it's still questionable. And then this other one that got damaged in the wind, I just don't know if he's gonna make it. He does not look very promising either, so I don't know, we'll see. I try and keep them watered so that they can grow. And then the one that was over here, now that he's been exposed to light, he just curled up. He's so traumatized by the sun, I guess. But that's fine, because I have these extra ones over here that I'm gonna transplant. So anyways, let me show you guys the carrots and show you an update on the carrots now. Okay, and all of my carrots are looking good. That one really is full. This one has less seeds in it, that's why it looks thinner. I only had a few of the seeds left, so that's why that one is not as full as that one. Well, look at that. These carrots are doing really good. I'm really happy with them. These carrots, though, are still just barely hanging in there. They're starting to form their other leaves, their adult leaves, so maybe it's just the variety taking a long time to grow. Okay, so I got all of the weed barrier cloth pulled out from under here. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to take these melons and other organic materials that I saved from my kitchen. A lot of kitchen waste. So there's like coffee grounds in here and bits and pieces of veggies that I cut up, parts that you usually toss instead of using in your cooking or instead of eating. So, and then I just happen to have some eggshells left over, so I'm gonna throw those in there too. All of it's good. Inside this bucket is more kitchen waste that we had. Inside these little baggies are more kitchen waste things that we had. So I'm just going to add that all to this and just scatter it as much as I can. Some of this that's already dried in here are the vines from the watermelons and melons and stuff that was in here. All of that stuff is usable to put in here, and it'll help fertilize and feed the next planting of things that I put in here. So I'm gonna do that and get everything scattered evenly as I can, and then I will put the dirt on top of it and show you how I'm gonna prep this to use for I guess my broccoli and cauliflowers and stuff that I'm gonna grow this season throughout the winter. Also, these, if you remember, I made these for Halloween, and what I'm gonna do with these, I'm gonna burn the stalks. I will then use those ashes again in the garden, so nothing goes to waste in my garden. I try and reuse everything. And actual corn cobs that are on here, I'm going to give those to the chickens, and they'll enjoy that, and they'll eat those kernels. Okay, you guys, I'm going to try and work on getting the rest of this complete today. So I'm going to put you down so I can finish what I was doing. Okay, you guys, so as you saw, I put chicken poop, added that on top of everything too in this bed. So all I'm gonna do is try and level it out, even it out as much as possible. And then I've got tons of dirt that I'm gonna add into here, onto here, so that I can then top it off with the weed fabric again. And then I can burn holes in it and plant my plants in here. Okay, you guys, so my battery died in my main camera. But as you can see, I started putting the soil down. I'm not covering it perfect because it's gonna have that weed fabric over it. But as you can see, I put all those organic matter that I put in there is all going to break down. The bugs are going to have a field time with it. And it'll just self-compost or compost in place. So I still have plenty more to go. And I will have to show you guys how it looks after I finish filling this in another video. So thank you so much for watching and following along with this. And you guys, I will see you in the next video when all of this is going to look different. And then I'll show you how I put down the weed fabric and do all that stuff. So, as always, you guys, God bless. Look who decided to take a nap instead of helping. You over here just napping? Shiny. Hey, baby. Snoozing on the job. I caught you. Let me do all the work. Just let me do all the work.